the holidays.
I was going to say high stakes added to our main event.
And his opponent from Fountain, Colorado, weighing 260 pounds, Tavion Heights!
Let's go back to Gold Rush, Corey, and it was Briggs and Tavion who couldn't keep their emotions together. This was 2 weeks ago. This is why I talk about this being a grudge match here tonight, because as you can see, these two men were fighting all over the place, in the back, around the...
Uh-oh! History repeating itself. Deja vu. Tavion Heights, Josh Briggs throwing down. Not waiting for the opening bell.
You can say that again, and right now, official needs to get some order, and that's a nasty landing for Tavion Heights. And there was a lot of talking in New York. Obviously, as we can see, the time for talk is over. And no matter where we are, New York City, San Antonio this Saturday, here in Orlando, it's the same sentiment for Josh Briggs. They just want him to go away as this one officially underway. And look, you've been a big fan of Tavion Heights, but someone you've also watched for a long time is Josh Briggs. Have you seen what you're looking for out of Briggs?
In short, I'm still waiting to see it. Josh Briggs has all the tools, but lately it's like Briggs is getting desperate, like he's flailing. Listen, this is a guy who, when I first saw him, was, oh my God, that might be it, cover.
Off the massive choke slam, just getting that inside shoulder.
First time I ever saw Josh Briggs, he was competing against Damian Priest in almost a South of Heaven-esque impact. But Briggs has watched Damian Priest go on to greatness.
Yeah.
Josh Briggs watched his former tag team partner, Yoshiki Inamura, leave NXT, head back to Japan, and capture gold immediately. Briggs feels like he's playing catch-up. That can do one of two things to a superstar. That can provide you with the fuel that you need, or it can destroy you from the inside out.
Well, after that choke slam, it seems that's the motivation Tavion Heights needs. And again, it is Heights who does hold a singles victory over Briggs. And what a victory this would be, also into another cover, hooking the inside leg. And a kick out. This has been an emotional night since the very beginning. And think about this, Obafemi, our NXT champion, Ricky Saints, under the same roof here, still having to sign their contract for deadline on Saturday.
Talk about having all the explosive elements under one roof, but right now, what a beautiful takedown by Tavion Heights, utilizing his extensive amateur background, Olympic caliber wrestling.
And I'm glad you bring that up, because Heights is one of those athletes, Graves, that has been molded and trained here at the Performance Center in Orlando. He puts in the time, he stays on the grind, and it's another reason why NXT is different.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I believe that Tavion Heights is just a little bit more seasoning away from being fully cooked, from being a major player in the future in WWE.
Glad you bring that up, too, because Graves, how has this brand evolved since a young man from Pittsburgh named Sterling James moved to Florida?
Oh my God, it's unrecognizable in the best way possible. I remember they broke the ground on what is now the Performance Center, and to see the level of talent that populates this place all day, I'm getting to meet new superstars, getting to catch up with old friends. Unbelievable power by Heights.
Olympian into another cover. Whoa, that was close. And I mean, this is someone who you talk about the background, going to the Olympics, but this is what we talk about when athletes come to the Performance Center, what they learn so quickly.
Being great at another sport does not guarantee you will succeed in WWE. With that said, you've got your exceptions. You think back to a certain Olympic gold medalist who is a Hall of Famer with very good reason. Tavion Heights could be on that same career trajectory if he keeps at it like he's been.
Nice
beautiful fireman's carry.
And you talk about that Olympian as we get into a cover. And again, Briggs continuing to fight Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle was the one who had the debut match on SmackDown with John Cena, and neither of these men made John Cena's cut list for Saturday's deadline. Did the actions that we relived cost each other the opportunity to even be in that deadline match, that Iron Survivor match?
I see your point, but I sort of disagree in a sense that sometimes personal issues have to supersede opportunities. You can't succeed in an opportunity like Iron Survivor if you've got to look over your shoulder constantly worrying about Josh Briggs or Tavion Heights coming to screw you out of taking what you want.
I still can't believe that Liv Morgan returned.
Oh, man!
At Survivor Series, and that shot may have just cost Tavion Heights this matchup. And you can see the look.
Wait a minute, wait a minute!
The safety barricade exploded.
Oh, this bad blood runs deep. Look at the power. Tavion Heights driving Briggs through the barricade.
wherever you are watching around the world right now, this is an all-out brawl. And by the look of Josh Briggs, there is pain etched on that man's body. And look at his back starting to welt up. I've never seen a safety barricade explode the way that one just did.
As impressive as the power of Heights was, give a little credit to Josh Briggs, who's still somehow hanging in this fight after being driven through the ringside barricade.
Well, adrenaline will make a man do crazy things, and you start to wonder for Tavion Heights, after getting dropped, getting popped in the jaw, and then just a big kick under the chest.
And that comes down to maybe a little inexperience on the part of Tavion Heights, putting his opponent in the ring first, allowing Briggs to get the high ground, and now Tavion's paying for it. And look, if you're Josh Briggs, you realize this match in and of itself is a massive opportunity. Briggs hears the chatter. Briggs knows that the NXT and WWE officials have their eyes on Tavion Heights. Briggs would love to be the one that puts Tavion down and says, no, not him, me.
So is this a bigger match than, in your opinion, in your eyes, for Tavion Heights, or is it a bigger match for Josh Briggs?
Listen, Vic, I treated every match in NXT, as did my entire generation, as the most important match of your life. Because the goal is to move on. The goal is to move up. Cover here by Briggs. The goal is to capture the attention of Nick Aldis, of Adam Pearce, of Triple H. You want to be on WrestleMania. You want to be part of the biggest events possible. There should be a perpetual sense of urgency in every man and woman that steps into an NXT ring.
Well, there's something interesting about what you bring up about Josh Briggs and that mindset. And I know you aren't here every single week. I know you're not talking to Briggs each week while he's training. But do you see and feel that there is an internal pressure inside this man?
Absolutely I do, and with good reason. As I said before, Briggs has watched so many of his peers move up, pass him by. Listen, I came up in a class with Seth Rollins, with Roman Reigns, with Bray Wyatt, guys who are household names in this industry. I know what it feels like to feel overlooked at times, and you have to take it upon yourself to make the world pay attention. That's what Briggs is trying to do right now.
I think there's something very true to what you said. Even when we go back to the summer and into the spring, you have talked about how time isn't on everyone's side in NXT. And time may not be on the side of Josh Briggs, as Briggs is looking to put down and put away Tavion Heights. It has been a wild atmosphere here tonight. Into a cover, does not hook the leg, and a kick out.
I like this strategy from Briggs, though. Attacking one of the arms of Tavion Heights is going to severely limit Tavion's ability to utilize his throws, his suplexes, his double legs, a lot of his amateur background that's really been Tavion's bread and butter.
And we don't really see Josh Briggs use too many textbook submissions in his matches. It's usually throwing rights, throwing lefts, and dropping that big size 16.
Well, that's what got Josh Briggs to the dance, but sometimes you got to learn a few new holds, learn a few new moves if you want to evolve in this game, because everyone around you is doing the exact same thing.
Briggs applying the pressure right now to Tavion Heights. NXT Universe trying to rally Tavion as we're getting into the deep, deep waters of this matchup. Can Tavion Heights bounce back here tonight? Can Heights overcome the odds? Briggs in control.